The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9?
Take it in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive.
And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
First carry now for David Montgomery.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 13 carries, 94 yards, and a score.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a change.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Got a man, it's Berrios complete. And some room to maneuver. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So X out the big play. This one comes back.
It's not a call you get very often. Offensive pass interference, but it was the right one in this case, and that'll wipe away a really nice gain.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big pickup there at 22.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Herbert operating from the red zone. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you look in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you get the key in because quarterbacks run the ball with their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? An offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. DJ Chark, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. The extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Kenny Nwagu now out of his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be let out by their rookie quarterback.
And he did everything possible to rally his team to a win last week, didn't he? What did he throw for?
Over 450 yards.
I mean, that's a pretty phenomenal performance. So, obviously, he and the offense were clicking pretty well. The other two-thirds, though, that comes into question. Defense and special teams, they'll need all of them to play better in this one, too.
Throwing to start the drive. Knight.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Mike Hughes.
And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. So Charles already down 7-0 early. They opt to take a shot there on the first play of scrimmage, but that plan backfires.
That feels a little bit like last week's loss lingering into this game, doesn't it? You know, you're down 7 already. You lost last week. It's almost like they're trying to get it all back in one shot, trying to take a big chunk play right out of the gate.
A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
It's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Well, they'll run it here on a jet sweep. Making the stop there, Daniil Hunter.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think that's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house. So they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Now a give running left with Montgomery. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago.
Well, we saw David Montgomery lead the nation a few years back in broken tackles when he was at Iowa State, and he's proven to be difficult to bring down in the NFL as well.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I'm not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
Well, the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game.
Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Off the play fake. Knight.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case,
with a third down coming up. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. On fourth down, Joseph Charlton on to punt.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's completed 4 passes so far in this game. The issue is 2 of them have been to the guys in the wrong colored jersey.
So I'd say there's a little bit of clouded vision. Right? Sometimes he sees clearly, sometimes he doesn't. I know on the sideline they'll be going over things and talk about what the coverages are, what they're seeing. So you used to look at the snapshots. Now you look at the Microsoft Surface Pro. He's got to analyze what he's seeing and be more accurate with the ball.
On first down, Knight. Right back to Cook for another completion. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. With the Vikings now at 2-5 to start play. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak. And right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
He's got his man on the crossing route.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 28. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21.
Holding offense.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you could have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
They'll look to throw again. And he fires one incomplete.
Now, with a rookie quarterback out there, you definitely got to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. And give him credit. They took their shot. It's going to bring up 4th down.
The scoreboard tells the story a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
86 yards rushing for him so far as this terrific season continues here.
Herbert on first down now. He's got a man here. It's Montgomery. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
The extra point by Bass, up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays.
And the final act was the David Montgomery touchdown reception. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field.
And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes.
And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Herbert going to try and run.
Gets around him. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Because you love the extra effort, right? When he break a couple of tackles, I mean, he was really trying to gain the extra yardage. But you also have to have an idea that people can come up behind you from the side, trying to take care of the ball while you're trying to get extra effort. Sometimes you have to know when to say when and maybe just go down.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones at a first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Knight.
This one brought in by Jefferson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. There's really no reason to change what they've been doing to this point. They got the lead. They've looked good this first half.
I agree with you totally, and a lot of coordination.
Shedding the tackler that gives him some room.
And he will step out of bounds down near the 10-yard line.
A big play there on the catch and run.
Defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground, and here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did. Early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert caught on the slant. Touchdown Bears. Braxton Berrios. A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bears continue to pull away here in this first half. The extra point by Bass, up and good.
And a rout is on here in this first half.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
And that flag accepted.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. With the football going back to the Vikings offense. But Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears. Room here to run. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle.
And he'll bring this one back to the 29. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
Back to throw here, Herbert.
They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off, and the Vikings will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Throwing to start the drive. Knight. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Knight. And my goodness, another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's caught by Hooper. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On first down, Justin Herbert.
This one pulled in. Again, it's Hooper. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
That's a staple in this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
He's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
2nd down and 5.
Herbert. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Austin Hooper, as the first half is winding down.
And the Bears will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And a rout is on here in this first half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. A final shot before break. Knight. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
So we've reached halftime over. No problem with us. We skip right to the 3rd quarter and continue this midseason contest.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter.
Fielded right around the 8. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the 3rd quarter. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, That's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Bears take over. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've dropped 4 straight games coming into this one, remember, but they have the lead here. On first down, it's Herbert. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Working with 2nd and 5 now. Now it's Herbert. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Here's Herbert. Found his target, it's Anderson. And he will have the Bears first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. Herbert throwing again. And finding the tight end Hooper. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there. Located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And they run the option on 2nd down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Here's Herbert. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 15. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Vikings ready to go again on offense. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain it.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. They'll run for it. Cook. And this will be a Vikings first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. So a bold call, but this drive will forge on. 1st and 10 after the 4th down conversion. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears will take over possession here up at the 44. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. After the turnover, here's Herbert. And he's got it complete to Anderson.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
From the 50, here's Herbert.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
And he finds Montgomery complete. There's some space here. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A third down gain of 19.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
From the gun on third down, Knight. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
We've talked about it, CD, the Bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. More interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Operating from the gun. Knight complete. Jefferson the target. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Looking to throw on second down. Knight. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. Back now at Soldier Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Operating from the gun. Knight. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43. Cook up the gut. Able to avoid him at the 40. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now we've got movement up front. And I think this is going to be on Minnesota.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
A false start penalty, and now they're back to needing 10 yards on second down. Back to throw. Knight. Looking middle, and that's complete.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
This offense on third down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Mike Hughes.
And the Bears are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
6 yards left on second down. Now a give running right is Montgomery. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42. From the gun, Herbert on third down. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Going up the gun, Montgomery. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 107 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it around all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
A read option. Here's Montgomery. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The kick by Bass is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. And out now come the Vikings. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And now here's another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On 3rd down, here's an option play left. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the 1st. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow, out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
We're certainly not going to see a better punt than that. Definitely taking a chance, because if that thing clips the pylon, it comes out to the 20, but instead, it goes out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And my goodness, another interception. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And they will score a pick six for a Bears touchdown.
Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Nuwanger now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things.
And now here's another interception.
And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation. They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win.